Are there any representatives from Mays? Mays? Oh, she's on her way.
Good afternoon. My name is Celeste Lau. I am a proud parent of 2 CPS students who attend Paul Cuffey School. I am a first-year teacher at Benjamin E. Mays. Now, this is the first year Benjamin E. Mays has been at a level 3. In that area, Benjamin E. Mays has performed at a level 1 for the past 6 years. And if you're talking about closing Mays, well, you're not giving us opportunity to actually show that we can become a level 1 school again. One thing I've seen in Benjamin E. Mays is that we continue to get transfer students almost every day. Our second grade classroom has a total of 38 kids in one classroom. One teacher, no assistant. And yet you give us this data to say that because of those test scores, you want to close us. It's not fair. The teacher is still working with these students, and there are a great diversity of levels in that particular classroom. I am a product of Chicago Public School. I attended Cook when it was only up to 6th grade. Paul Cuffey when it was only up to 6th grade. Graduated from Cook School as valedictorian. I am putting in what I got out of CPS. You all have taken a lot out of CPS, which is the reason why our kids today are struggling. And if you continue to take out and treat it as a financial institution, we can't do anything but fail. Banks make money. Schools are supposed to educate, and we are not doing that. Thank you.
I also represent Mays, but I'll keep it short. My thing is, we hear fear. We see it in the papers. We're getting all this information that could be negative, and we want to know exactly what's going to go on. You know, can we get a little bit more information about bus service, new security, things that we're going to need to move on in the future? Some of these schools are going to close because the budget deficit, and that's right. So we need more information about what's going to go on after the school closing at this point before we make the decisions. Thank you.
Okay, we'll have a quick announcement from Mr. Hampton.
Okay. We appreciate all the comments that we've heard thus far. 2 things, just quickly, I want to recognize 2 elected officials who are here. We recognize their importance. 2 additional that have come because their importance in working with the community, representing this community, and working on behalf of the state and doing all the work that it takes to get more funding for schools, so I want to recognize them. Alderman Willie Cochran is here, came and took a seat with Alderman Cochran, 20th Ward. You were introduced to Alderman Folks earlier, 15th Ward. She's still here. We want to raise her hand again. And then Alderman Latasha Thomas is here, 17th Ward. And as you know, I want to give a special distinction to her because of her role as education chair for City Council as well. So we appreciate them being here. Now, as we opened the meeting, we mentioned to you that it was very important that we had more granular discussion around these schools to talk about specifically the impact of any consolidation that it may have specifically for your school. So if you have already made your comments relative to in the general session, we're going to go ahead and start 2 of our breakout sessions. We ask if you have, oh, no, wait a minute now. I'm very sensitive to that. Everybody's going to get a chance to speak. Let me say it again. For those who already made their comments representing a school, we want to offer you the opportunity to please participate in the breakout sessions because we need more granular conversation around your school. If you do not wish to start, you do not have to. For all the remaining schools that are on the list, plus everyone else that signed in, you will have your opportunity. right? But I heard a couple of speakers ask specific questions. What are you going to do considering safety? What are you going to do considering resources for my school? We can't have that conversation here, right? So all I'm asking, if you made those comments already and your school was represented, please go to the breakout sessions. 2, I'll give you the room numbers. 1 is right in the hallway to the left. It's called the room is called the Black Box. We'll have network leadership. Mr. Underdew is going to be leading that discussion along with a facilitator. It's right out here, just to the left. And the second room, if it is full capacity, is U211. For everyone else, please remain. Mr. Shannon is going to call your name so you can make the comments, and we're going to complete that process till everyone else is heard. But we encourage you to make sure you give us more granular discussion if you've already made comment relative to your school, or even if you would just send a couple of people from your school. Cuffy has a group here. If 2 or 3 people will go to the breakout so we can get more of that information. We appreciate it. No, sir. It's folks in the hallway that will direct you. We're in the room called Black Box. Just please go out and to the left, okay? Yes, sir. Well, you. Merlene Dosu.
I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Jacqueline Casimir. I'm the local school counsel at Garrett A. Morgan Elementary School. I'm the vice chair. I'm also here representing as a staff member of CPS as well as a parent and a product. And I get very passionate because children is my life and education. So God been having me here for 22 years. So it's something that I'm giving back to them that you all need to have us here. And at Morgan Elementary, we're doing that with the experience of education, especially our special ed, which has grown in population. We are constantly growing, constantly giving interventions that's going to help them rise to become part of the system. But we need to have fun. We need to have our staff appreciated and given resource to make sure that we can do the job that we know how to do. I like to say our enrollment has grown, and we are 80, and our students, we even have gifted children coming there. In fact, my son is a product of special ed. I took from education to give back to education, and he's successfully doing well. So this is what you need to have. This is what you need to give. I also want to state that our NWEA goals has definitely, look, and I'm a good product because I had to take my glasses off to read, so.
That's all right. That's all right.
Well, I'm just speaking from the heart. You do not need to close Garrett A. Morgan Elementary. Come on over there and visit us and talk to us and see what we're contributing to the children. We ask every last one who's at any school has dedicated their life of education because it's needed, because we have a passion. Our children have potential. We see it. We need to give it to them so they can produce it. I'm going to cut it short. Our address is 8407 South Kerfoot. Come on down.
Before the next speaker, I just want you all to remember that they made the announcement at the beginning. If you have anything that you would like to submit, because we understand it's only 2 minutes, you can't get everything out in 2 minutes, you can submit that because we do have Ms. Hall that's taking those notes, and those will go back. So if there's anything you want to write down and submit, you can, that you cannot fit it within your 2 minutes.
Good afternoon. My name is Zipporah Gwynn. I'm the assistant principal at Garrett A. Morgan, and I'm excited to just share with you the great gains that Garrett A. Morgan are making. We have a success story of 85% of our students that have surpassed their end of the year NWEA scores. We have the lowest amount of incidents as far as suspensions in our area. Our enrollment has grown each and every day. We have new students coming from gifted schools. Our kids are excited about learning. They want to stay in their neighborhood schools. And our teachers are excited about teaching, and the administration is there to support, as well as our network. So we would love to keep Garrett A. Morgan open to continue the great works that we are currently doing at that school. Thank you very much.
So again, are there any representatives from Nicholson? Okay. The next will be Noble Street Charter Johnson Prep. Noble Street Charter, purple. Any representatives from purple? Okay. Oglesby. Okay. After Oglesby, we will have O'Toole, then Parker. So those one or two representatives, please be ready from O'Toole or Parker.
Hello, my name is Vivian Wallace. First, I'm a parent. Second, I'm the chairperson over the PAC at Oglesby. Been the chairperson for 12 years over both schools I've come from. I'm also a mentor in the community, in my community where I live in, and I'm also a teacher assistant at Oglesby Elementary School, which I'm proud to be there. The things I've noticed on this list that 12 of these schools that you want to close has came from a level 3 and a level 2. And that shows that these teachers and principals are striving hard to make these kids learn. Now, I've heard in several situations where if we will make smaller class sizes, if you turn the school around, or now they have smaller class sizes because there's not enough students in the school, maybe that's the reason why they come in from level 3s to level 2. My other concern, I'm glad to be at Oglesby this year because I finally got into a school where the administration is so strong and partnership with the teachers and with the parents and the different programs that they're opening up in the school that are working. Oglesby, although they're not on the list to be closed or turned around, I'm still concerned about the schools that's in my community. I live in the 17th Ward, and if we have underlying schools, people like myself who would rather have a community youth center, maybe we can utilize these buildings. Maybe we can start with Guggenheim. We can start with me. Put these parents to work where they can work with the kids in the community instead of them getting out of school and standing on the corner with their boys that look cool. Since Lane looks so bad, you know, I got kids. I have a 17-year-old son, make A's and B's. But he's afraid that his peers, if they find out he make A's and B's, he's a lame, he's a punk. Let's punk him. And these kids are out here doing it. So we need to put different programs in these schools that's underutilized to go along with the education and get these parents jobs or get these kids that got a fighting chance, these at-risk kids, give them jobs inside the school so that we don't have to close them down. If it's working, let it work. Don't just shut the schools down. Like I said, I'm proud. My child has been in the Montessori program, and it's not a Montessori charter, but it's a Montessori public, and that's what's better about it because it's open to the public and not just who they want to select. So we just keep keep programs in the school, different programs. You know, you need somebody. I'll be a volunteer to start it all. I'll talk to my alderman, Latasha Thomas. We have a relationship. Maybe we can she got the skating rink. Now maybe we can get me a community youth center. We can put some of these kids to work and give them something else to do and be proud of. Thank you.
Good morning. First, I want to thank the panel for allowing the parents the opportunity to speak. My name is Andrea McClure, and I'm a parent at Oglesby School. I moved into the area, to the 17th Ward about 3 years ago, and I moved from the 20th Ward, and I'm glad to know that both the aldermen are here from the wards that I came from. I wasn't really prepared as far as I didn't know exactly what this forum was going to be about. So I'm basically just going to try to make it quick and speak from the heart myself. My concern is when I moved into the area, I was trying to find a school that was close for my daughter to go to. I have 5 kids that were all in the public schools. 2 of my kids have, one of them graduated from college. The other one is graduating this year, and they both received scholarships. They both came out of public schools. I realize there are a lot of concerns about the educational process, but I realize too, to me, it seems like the board isn't looking at, it's not always just the teachers. There are other things that are going on with kids that that's not really being looked at. I know I'm a registered nurse by profession, and I realize that sometimes there are a lot of emphasis that's put on the shot records, but what about the fact that there are some kids who, yes, we do have the lunch program, we have a breakfast program, but there are a lot of kids that's dealing with problems of not being able to focus well, dehydration. There are other health things that are going on that it may not be like major health concern, but some minor things can interfere with the learning process. Just being dehydrated can affect your memory. And we got students that are being tested, and there are I just feel like there are other things that are not being looked at. And my concern, which one of the parents brought up, as far as if our kids have to go to another school, my daughter is 10 years old. She's in the neighborhood where is that she could walk to school. I walk her to school, but I don't want, being a single parent, I don't want to have to deal with financial issues as far as attendance is very important. We have to deal with issues about our kids getting back and forth to school, neighborhoods that we don't know about. I don't want to have those concerns, so thank you.
So we do have a representative here from Nicholson that will speak next, and then let's not forget we have, where did I leave off at? Oh, O'Toole and Parker.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tara Rams. I am a parent volunteer at Nicholson School. I have a son at Nicholson who is in a special education class, and I'm also volunteer at Woods Elementary School. Also a single parent of 4 boys. One is already in college, one is in 8th grade at Woods School. I have another one at Woods School that is in 3rd grade, and one at Nicholson. My whole point is that we should not have these schools closed, and where's all these children going to once they close? I'm here representing Nicholson because my son is in a special educational class. And yes, it was hard for me, him being in there, transferring him and getting him situated. Nicholson is this good school. It may not have been the one that closing, but who's saying within the next couple of months, this school would not be on the list of closing. If enough of us could come together here and sit here and talk about this, enough of us to be able to go to other neighborhoods and protest and keep the schools open. Nicholson is this good school. I pray that don't none of these schools close. That's all I have to say.
So are there any representatives from Prospective Charter Leadership Academy? Okay. They will be followed up by Prospective Charter Calumet Tech, and then Providence Charter. We have no speakers from any of those schools? Perspective? Okay. So after this speaker, we will have a representative from Randolph or Robeson High School.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gary Breathed, and I am from Gresham, Perspective, and all the other schools at Southsiders. And with Perspective, I help get the school over there. And I noticed for safety, we need much more for safety over there because it's in gang zone. They go to 79th and Halsted or Racine, especially on Racine. I stand on 81st in May. 81st in May, I tell the kids, when you leave the school grounds, go home. You have the parents in the summertime, they pick the kids up out the car, but I chose to ask them, stand outside your car so your child can see you. As soon as we get them out there, they can leave. But of course they don't. Then you got the gang rivals and the drunks and the hypes over there by our gas station and liquor store. The first place they go on is over there, 79th Street. We're policemen over there trying to protect the kids. But before they even get there, there's a fight to break out because the gang wars just started. It's really a shame you want to close these schools. The schools where I'm talking about, they're all in my neighborhood. I've been there 50 years. 50 years I've been around in that neighborhood. Perspective Calumet was Calumet High. Now we call it Perspective. We want these schools open for our future. Our future are these little ones here. These little ones, you see the babies you described, that is our future. Now, you want to close these schools down? That's a shame. Really a shame. And we do have special needs kids out here. I'm not only that, we CAPS with the Alderman's office. Tasha Thomas knows, she knows me. She knows my Alderman Brookins. She knows him. Okay? He's a Black Caucus. I know everything that's going on in my community. I'm a community activist. That's why I've been here 50 years, after my father. We need to stand up. And the brothers, I applaud them because at Gresham School, we have like 20 men outside protecting our school, thank God. Okay? And every year I try to give them a breakfast just for them. The ladies love them dearly, but they got to wait until the brothers eat. Then the ladies can get whatever we ask that we don't want. But please do not close any of our schools, any of them in Chicago. Thank you.
Any representatives from Randolph? Robeson High School? Any representatives? Okay. We have
Ryder Elementary School. This is my second year there. I have worked at 2 other schools and graduated from CPS, and I have never seen a school with such a family atmosphere. I enrolled my firstborn daughter in Ryder despite our level 3 rating. My daughter was in kindergarten at the time and could not read. By December, she was reading at the 1st grade level. By June, my daughter and 8 of her classmates was reading at the 2nd grade level, as shown by the Dibbles data. My daughter was accepted into Vanderpool this year, and she is at the top of her class there with all A's, 13 A's. She is outperforming her classmates that went to Vanderpool for kindergarten. My daughter received her foundation at Ryder Elementary School, and now is soaring at one of CPS premier schools. In August of last year, my 4th grade was at 37 meets and exceeds. I teach 4th grade. In June, we was at 100% meets and exceeds. 35% of my class exceeds. This year, they're in 5th grade. They're number 2 at the list, number 2 out of 39 in EGN network, with 35% exceeding still. Our CPS report card rated our academic growth, and I have a copy to submit, but you all already have it, shows that our average for growth is above average. Yes, we are currently a level 3 school, but we will not stay a level 3 school with above average growth at 87%, as shown on the CPS website. Our staff, parents, and students are fired up and ready to go. Let's not only keep schools open that are level 1 schools, but schools that's making level 1 progress, such as Ryder Elementary School. If we close our school, where will our kids go? Once you consolidate schools, research shows that receiver schools that absorb displaced students after a closing have suffered from lack of support, increased mobility, and violence, and often find themselves in fear and drop out. Thank you, Mr. Willard.
Hello, I teach early childhood special ed at Ryder, and specifically autism. Okay, the reason I mentioned that is I would have 17 parents here with 17 of their children here. That would be a bunch of people more to tell you why you should keep Ryder and every other school open. But the reason they're not here is because of their special needs. So Dr. Willis, I would like you, I called you Dr. Willis, yes. I would like you to come to our classroom specifically at Ryder, room 102, so you could talk to my parents so they can tell you why you need to keep the school open. They finally found a school that services their students' needs. They look at the atmosphere, the local school council, and they look at how the children navigate the hallways, and they see a school that is struggling with lemons to make lemonade, and we're going to do it. You just need to leave us open in every other school so that our new principals can get that chance to make that lemonade. And we will struggle, and we will achieve. Home Depot down the street said they'll give me every hammer, nail, and tool, and towel, and paint if I needed to fix up a classroom. So if it's about the money, I'm willing to put in the time. So please keep